Thinking about starting your own podcast? Think it's a good idea that you try Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. And Anchor gives you everything you need in one place. And the best part is that it's free. And the other best part is you can use it right from your phone or your computer. And I've been using it from my phone this entire time. Creation tools allow you to record and edit your podcast so it really sounds great. They'll distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard everywhere. And when I mean everywhere, I mean Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can easily make money from your podcast, and there's no minimum listenership. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Hey guys, what's up? This is the last episode of the first day of the 3-day series this week. I'm so excited and I'm proud of myself that I got the first 2 episodes done. So, like I mentioned before, and I want to remind you guys that I do plan on going live. I do plan on showing my face. I just have terrible picture quality with the equipment that I have right now. I'm waiting for my equipment to come in the mail. I've already spent the money on it. So I'm waiting on that stuff to give you guys better quality. And of course, I'm going to pop on live on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and things like that randomly when I can. But so basically, why I wanted to hop on here for the 3rd time was to talk about CBD. So why I got into CBD. The first reason why I got into CBD, just got done eating some cashews. I'm so excited that I can actually eat cashews. You have no idea. Like, they're so yummy when you're hungry. Alright. So anyways. So, why I got into CBD. So I got into CBD because I was working with, about a year and a half ago, I was working with kids with autism I worked with kids with autism for over 5 years, okay? Worked directly with kids, wrote programs for the kids, worked in multiple environments, in home, in clinic. I've worked all over the place. So I've seen, I've worked with all kinds of families. I've built really strong bonds with families, parents especially. I really connect with adults, which is kind of why I've shied away from that, that field. But basically this is what it was. So I'm working with these kids. These kids inspire me. These kids make me realize that everybody's different. And that's the cool part about it. That's the cool part that I realized that I took away from working with those kids was that everybody's different and everybody has an opportunity to shine in a different way, right? So I'm working with these kids for a while. I'm doing this, 5 years is really, it's not a long time, but it's a good amount of time to really get, into it. And I see a CBD pop up and I'm like, what in the world is CBD? I smoke cannabis. I enjoy cannabis products. It's definitely medicine for me. It's not like I just do it to get high or feel this or that. I do it for really good reasons. It's a really good pain reliever for me. Minus that, I knew about cannabis, but I'm like, CBD, like, I know THC and I know cannabis, but, what is CBD? And the more and more that I hear about it, the more and more I'm hearing, like, no, this is stuff that's already been in your body. Like, this is a God plant, this is something that, you produce these, cannabinoids in your body already. So when you feed your body this, what it already is missing pretty much, your body's just like, oh my gosh, like, this is great, and especially in stressful situations, CBD is great. So I'm working with these kids again, going back to this, and then I see a kid for the first time take CBD. He has seizures, complete meltdowns. If you guys know anybody that a kid that has autism with tantrums and other behaviors, digestive problems, things like that, it can be a roller coaster. And I'm talking this from parents, from a parent's perspective. And I could never put myself in those shoes, but I have been there for them. I've been there with them. struggling through these things. And I think it's important, to shed light on this particular factor. So this kid had seizures. He had, like I said, had up and down tantrums, like throwing things, punching things, just out of control, mood swings, just crazy, not sleeping at night, not eating. This kid starts taking CBD for 3 days, and he already is not having seizures. He's not already having mood swings. He's starting to get the munchies. He wants to eat food. And I'm like, what in the world is that stuff? I mean, like, that's really what I thought to myself. Like, what, excuse my language, but what in the fuck is CBD? Like, how, because you're thinking, like, okay, we've spent so much time trying to figure out what autism is, how it affects the body, where it comes from, all this stuff. And then you get CBD and it almost cures. It almost cures. What we thought was something that could be uncurable in autism. And don't get me wrong, I'm not a doctor. I am not in any way, shape, or form saying that this is going to, cure autism or cure any symptoms. But the fact that I got to personally witness, what this could actually do for a human being, that's when I started to jumpstart. And this was last year. I'm not going to talk too much about my backstory, but this was last year, back in September. More probably like last summer. I was looking into moving out of state. I was looking to, not work the 9 to 5 anymore. I was really burnt out. As much as I love those kids, it was getting hard for me. And I was realizing it really wasn't for me. Which it happens, and I fully admit that stuff happens. So I get into CBD, I realize, okay, this is really starting to become a thing. Like, people are really starting to take this because this is a part of cannabis. And I found, who I'm working for now is HempWorks, and they sell broad spectrum CBD. So they're one of the first companies to kind of get themselves out there. And they started with CBD, a high life travel program, and then some essential oils. I mean, there's bath bombs, hair care, skin care products, and it all started with just the basic broad spectrum CBD, which is, I've explained to you guys in another podcast, what the broad spectrum is and the full spectrum and things like that. But basically, I just wanted to get on here and talk to you about why it's important to get into it. Not only, and I'm not trying to push anyone to sell CBD, and I'm not ever going to tell anyone that this is going to save your life. But if you're finding that, like, there's a lot of things that aren't working for you, you've changed your diet a lot, or maybe it's just hard for you to take a lot of time for yourself to figure out, or to exercise. Sometimes it's hard for people to do the things that is easily and readily available for other people. So CBD kind of comes in. It helps, it assists with weight loss. There is literally, probably 50 pages of reasons why you should take CBD. And I'll say that the reasons that I take them is for my sleep. It helps with my stomach issues because I had my gallbladder removed. And over the years, with the past 10 years, I've had more and more stomach issues. And I think it's because, I'm missing that factor in there, even though they say you're not supposed to, you can live without it. I still feel like it's affected my stomach. And it seems like a lot of people that have taken, gotten their gallbladder removed have those same type of issues. So I take it for my stomach because my stomach seriously gets upset every day if I don't take it. It helps me. I told you I smoke a little bit at night. It helps me, sleep at night. And for anyone that, like I said, is interested in getting into the business at all, it's definitely something that you want to get into. And I encourage, HempWorks is obviously a great program, and, but I'm one that I'm not going to push anybody to go through a specific program. Whatever you find works for you. I just found that HempWorks works best for me. Their products work the best. I've definitely gone through at least 6 different products, and they by far have got the most pure, and they have all the essentials in their CBD products, and you can't really find a lot of those same things. that they sell, and they just came out with face masks, and they have apparel and all kinds of fun stuff. So it's really a cool program to get into, but like I said, I'm not pushy about it. And sometimes the full spectrum, the broad spectrum is too much. It's too much for people. They can't handle all that CBD. Some people just need the isolate, so they can't, you know what I mean? Or maybe, the relief cream is too much, or, and it might be, but I mean, the CBD cream is not so similar to the THC, where like how it will get you high. And I've talked about that too, if you guys already know. So CBD gives you the calming effects, and it's, and like I said, it's just important to keep those things in mind. And if you want to get into the business, it's a very good business to get into. There's tons and tons and tons of websites and wholesale programs that you can be a part of. You can even do white label programs, where you can buy the bulk CBD and sell the CBD yourself. But like I said, because I am a true HempWorks affiliate right now, I have to stay true to them and say, that's where I would suggest going with. But then again, why I started CBD was not originally just because of HempWorks, but they pushed me more, to want to be in the business, to even be in the affiliate marketing business, period. So I hope that kind of gives you guys, like I said, these episodes that I'm going on 3 times a day, so I'm not going to sit here and bore you with 30 minutes of, and I'll probably say that several times of talk, but I hope this was, a little bit informational for you and a little bit motivating to why I went into CBD. And again, if you guys have questions, comments, anything like that, you can always reach out to me, and stay safe, guys. Thanks.